What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? My name is Jacemachine. I am fueled by coffee and driven by insanity, and I hope that you guys are doing fantastic today. I'm doing good. It's a Saturday morning. I have to work this evening, but I'm feeling pretty good. We recorded some hardcore Minecraft last night, and I'm excited for you guys to see what's been happening in that series with this coming week's content. So if you're not subscribed, be sure you're subscribed. Check out our Minecraft series with the Squadron. And in the meantime, we are going to continue with this episode. This episode being StarMade. This is a creative server, creative mode, I guess. And what we have here, of course, is the ongoing space station project. Now, the purpose of the space station project at the end of the day is that I'm going to collect the blueprint from it from here, and we're going to port it into the Squadron server, where we are going to fill that blueprint, just like we would any other blueprint, by gathering the materials, crafting the parts, and then putting them into the blueprint. And then we shall spawn this thing in a suitable location of space. We're going to hop into this build block. It's going to be a lot easier for me to show you what is going on. I know you probably just saw this over here. You guys remember this from last season. This is our station. I thought this was a pretty good sized station. But compared to this thing's so tiny. It's so cute. He's adorable. I love tiny station. It make me happy. You guys who've been watching me for a long while will definitely remember this thing. A lot of people say this is your favorite station. Specifically, I think the reason why this is your favorite station is because of the little biome rooms here. And so what I'm thinking is we're going to take these biome rooms and we are going to put them into the new station somehow. So we're just going to have to recreate that thing. But these things, if you are not familiar with them, hopefully I'll put a link in a card or something that you can see some old content. But yeah, Squadron Season 1 space station right here. But yeah, those biomes will flip at a press of a button so you can have a different view. Also, this room here I copied and stuck onto my second station because I really liked that room. So we'll see. I put these stations here because there were some elements that I thought were pretty cool, like the giant Larimar container at the bottom of this station, for example. Yes, get me closer. So, what is it? Sunday, the 18th is Father's Day, right? So, happy Father's Day to any and all of you fathers who might be listening. A large portion of my audience, and when I say a large portion of my audience, I mean about half of you guys are grown-ass men. And so many of you are indeed fathers. So, I just want to give you guys a shout-out. To have the patience and the love to raise a child is not an easy thing. I don't have any kids of my own because I don't have the patience, not the love, but I don't have the patience. And I appreciate great fathers out there because I'll tell you what, when I was growing up, I didn't have a father. I was raised by a single mom until I was about 12. And my mom did as best she could, and I didn't actually know my father really until I was 13. But by that point, my mom had remarried to my stepdad, and I want to say, I know my dad doesn't watch this. My biological dad and my stepdad do not watch these shows, but because it's Father's Day, I want to give them both a shout out. Happy Father's Day to them. My stepdad did a great job stepping in and trying to take on the fathership of a nearly teenage child, and I know that is not easy, and I was not an easy kid to get along. I'm the type of person that you really have to prove yourself to me. I don't give authority. I don't respect authority unless the authority shows that they are worth my respect. It's possibly a bad character trait. But with that being said, it's just the way that I am. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for it, really. It's just the way things are. We're going to turn some of these on so they look cool. But basically, the moral of the story is my dad did a good job. I call him my dad. And my biological father, he and I got to know each other towards the later portion of my teen years, and throughout my teen years and throughout my adult life. And he and I have become really great friends as well. So I'm grateful for both of my fathers. Not too many people can say they have two fathers, so I look at myself as lucky. I started out with no father, and it ended up getting two fathers. This, of course, what we are showing here is the main steel mill. And I've added a lot of stuff, the 9 Inch Nails logo, because who doesn't need a 9 Inch Nails logo? Am I right? Put that fan on. We copied it over, and we got that over here. There we go. And then we'll get these activated. Alright, all the machines are working here, so yeah, take a look. What we have done is we've copied a few of the machines over from previous versions. Like our hardeners here, we have the standard hardener. This is a advanced hardener machine. Up here, I've added more floors, and we've pulled in our circuit press, our brick kiln. The brick kiln makes bricks. And I don't know what this is, but it looks cool. So hey, there you go. I'm thinking it was a glass maker, a glazier or something like that. Oh, here's the newest thing that I just added. I was telling you guys that I wanted to put gears into here. So let's put gears into here. So let's start activating this stuff. Let's see, there's another one right here. And we're missing one more. Right. Yeah. Yeah? No? No? What's happening here? What is happening? Probably server lag. We're sorry, we're saving. Alright, so check this stuff out. I'm really quite proud of how this came out. They look cool, they don't do anything, but they look cool. And isn't that by itself something? And it's designed to be viewed from outside, so if anyone comes by and this thing's like running its happy little ass off in here. So yeah, we're supposed to put a double of all of this stuff over here. And so what I've done is I've made cutouts of all of these, and then what we're going to do is copy all of these guys and paste them where they need to be. Hopefully that's the right thing. So we're gonna have to do that. This is our telepods. These are like The Fly, inspired by the movie The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's just really gruesome. Our servers are nice and chilled here. The beautiful circuit mix. Actually, we got the glowing circuits at the bottom, and they mix really well and send their light through the normal non-glowing circuits in that diffused way. It's super awesome. But I copied and pasted this over from an earlier design. I'd put this in, didn't look good where the whole thing that it was part of didn't look good, so I removed it, and now it looks great. What's this? What is happening? It's just glowing. It's the mysterious glowing floor. You know how that happens. Alright, so I got a lot of this done. This is basically finished. I have a few more things that I need to do, like filling in the details of this, and then maybe deciding what goes on the outsides here. I'm also considering adding a whole another level down below as a hangar of some sort. So let's go back over this way. We've got these on the top for a refinery and for holding raw materials. And what we have added this way. There's a lot that's been added this way. So we have ourselves another hangar, and it's cut short because I don't want it to interfere with the TIE fighters or the TIE bombers when they're coming out, if I can help it. I mean, there's only so much I can do. Yeah, you're gonna smash right into that if I was to launch it, but whatever. It is what it is. Here we have a quote-unquote Curso camouflage, and that's Curso, the planet from our Star Squadron series, is in a similar sky as the one we're in right now. And look at how beautiful that looks against that blue sky. And at a distance, it really makes it much more difficult to notice. It's an actual working camouflage concept, and I'm quite proud of it. We have our World War II planes that I put here on this tiny little runway, but I mean, it's space. You don't need an actual runway. And we have our U-boat parked over here, and then of course we're gonna put what this is going to be it's going to be an air control tower in the style of an aircraft carrier. So basically that's what this thing is up top in concept. It's like the deck of an aircraft carrier. Then aside, I wanted to make sure that this thing would be the size to fit a Millennium Falcon and or the Ghost. And as it turns out, I believe that it's the same distance, the same space, so that these could actually go through there if there wasn't all that crap and like the scaffolding in the way. I really like the shape of this Millennium Falcon. I forgot about this thing. I was working on it a few months ago, and then I just dropped it. Dropped it like a hot potato. And then this is the version of the Ghost that I made that really doesn't have any systems put into it. But this is the second version, smaller than the original, where the core was in the rear. So this is a little bit different than the one that I've mostly used in videos. But this has front-placed core. This core here is for the gunner to hop in. That gunner can hop into this core and control this front turret. For what good that does. It's just kind of cool. We have these here, and this is part of the hot stack system for some Battlestar Galactica Vipers. And none of these rails are set up properly, so just think of them as like a rough sketch. But each of these, basically, it'll set them up, and they will get locked into place. There are 5 of these units on this side. And these guys all sealed with doors. This part here is built into the station right now, but it's going to be removed and then set up on an elevator. And then using the invisible rails, we're going to allow the passage of the Viper into its position over here, where it will lock into place. And let's pull back and get you guys a good view. Open that also. I love this. It looks so cool. Magnificent. So yeah, this thing is designed to shoot out Vipers, and you just give them your fleet commands, and they will do what you need them to do with the press of a button. Once you launch them, it has the little command rooms here, and I did a copy paste, so I still need to work on some of the stuff, but I wasn't sure how to make it work out. With this was supposed to actually be flush into the wall originally, and I've changed it. It doesn't get in the way of anything, so it's just fine. So yeah, that's how that ends up having to work. And then it has a back window so you can see the compartment behind you. And the idea is that you're able to get in through this and go up through the stairs or something like that. Yeah. This is what it looks like without a Viper in place. Some random storage in the background. I love it, though. I think it's so cool looking. I really wanted to have an authentic Viper hangar, and I just didn't want to have to build a Battlestar Galactica to have one. I mean, if I gotta be serious, that's a big project. I respect anyone who's got a nice Galactica going at scale or close to scale, because that's really what I'm thinking about here. This looks kind of weird and empty, like in this little space down here with this just standard blocks. I might have to change that. I don't know why it bothers me so much, especially since no one's actually supposed to really be in this area very often. Whatever, Jace, you crazy. So, since this is the Father's Day special, I'm going to tell you guys about a father who I met many, many years ago. His name is Dean. I hope he's still around. I used to work for FuncoLand, and FuncoLand eventually became GameStop and got put into that whole mess of a company. It used to be owned by FuncoLand, then Babbage's and EB Games made a bid on FuncoLand, and then EB got outbid by Babbage's, so Babbage's bought FuncoLand, but then EB totally got bought by Barnes & Noble, and so then they went and then they bought Babbage's and Funcoland and turned them all into GameStops. I think that's how it went. I was out of the company right when Babbage's bought them. I left the company, so I don't know. But my favorite customer interaction of all time. You know, sometimes we go into an interview, you go into a job interview, and they say to you, "Sir, what's your most positive, or what's your favorite story with a customer," or something like that. Like, what, you know, they want to judge what you consider to be a good story. And so this is the honest to God good story. I was the assistant manager at a Funcoland in Wayne, Pennsylvania. And this gentleman named Dean, he and his wife had been separated, and he had weekend custody of his son. And his son must have been 7 or 8, a little tight, you know, not a toddler, but, you know, he's that in-between age. And he was a really cute kid, and the father in him, basically he came in to us and he said, "Look, I get weekend custody of my son, and I'm really looking for something that we can do together." And so we ended up selling him a PlayStation. And actually, he came in, we offered him the choice between a PlayStation and an N64, like we gave him the whole thing. And we were actually pushing him on the N64 because for his son's age range, we thought that that was a safer bet. However, he ended up going with the PlayStation because I think he realized that he'd end up playing it during the week. So he got the PlayStation. And with the PlayStation, it was a lot harder to find kids' games, but we knew the library really well. My manager, Marcus, and myself, we knew the library really well. And so every week, Dean would come in on a Saturday, and he would have his son in tow, and he'd greet us, and we would have already picked out games that week that we wanted to show Dean. You know, stuff that came into the store, because Funcoland was a lot. We sold new stuff, but the majority of the stuff that we sold was considered was used. You know, wasn't considered used. It was used. So basically, what ended up happening is he would come in and we'd show them a whole bunch of games, and his son would try them out and giggle and laugh, and he would thank us. He would buy the games, and we'd see him, you know, another week or so, depending on when he would get his visitations. So this had been going on for a few months, and one day he called us right after he left the store, and he said, "Hey, you know, I just want to tell you guys thank you." He's like, it's rough, you know, it's rough being a father, you know, who's separated, and you know, you guys really gone out of your way to help us out. And he's like, what really made me think about it was I was putting my son into the car today, and I was seatbelting him in, and my son said to me, "Dad, Jace and Marcus are our friends." And I realized at that moment that you guys really are our friends. You've always been there for us, and you've always taken care of us, and I just wanted you to know how much I appreciated that. And I will buy you guys a pizza or something, you know, if you want someday. And we're like, "Look, man, you don't have to buy us anything, because we're doing this because we like to. You know, this is what we do. This is what we like." So I look at that really fondly, and I think about Dean, and I'm glad that we were able to help him out, and I'm glad that video games exist. Talking to people in my my Discord, and their fathers, and they're talking about how they play StarMade, you know, with their son, or you know, and they'll play different games with their kids, and it's something that they do for bonding. And it's awesome that we have video games that we can play together as families. Growing up, I had the Atari 2600, and I got to play that awful version of Pac-Man with my mom, and I'll tell you what, I loved it. That was some of the best times growing up, you know, playing video games with my mom. And then later on, my parents, stepdad, and my mom, they got hooked on the Dreamcast, and you know, it was really fun to sort of bring them into gaming, into like the next generation of gaming at that point. So that's that, guys. I don't have anything to build today. I just wanted to come on and show you what I have been building. And I wanted to tell you about that story because it was Father's Day, and after last episode with the much darker story that I was telling, I wanted to bring something out to, you know, be a little bit better. Also, check out this awesome hallway. This hallway is on an angle. It's glassed in. I'm putting these here so I can clearly show you how it looks, because glass is hard to see sometimes, right? So yeah, it comes down on a nice angle. I saw this in a video game, I think. A hallway like this. I might have to change the floor up. In fact, I definitely have to change the floor up because I think it's ugly. I think this floor is ugly. So I'll show you what I did with that floor real quick. This floor, I think, is less ugly. It's a less ugly floor. You can see that the girders on the side, that looks pretty sweet. Both sides are the same. You know, when you're putting down these textures, you got to make sure they're all facing the same way. And what comes in handy all the time are the rocket engines or the thrusters. Even on a station, they look great. So there you go. Also, completely wide open, no ceiling there. These hallways are going to give excellent views of everything around. I want you to feel like you're walking through a city as you're walking around my space station. And then there's going to be things off to the side of these tunnels. They're not just going to be empty tunnels all the way through. So there you go, guys. What's your verdict? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you are not a part of my Discord group but are interested in joining up, we're just a friendly group of people who bullshit. A few Star Squadron members hang out there regularly as well. And we share videos and music and just jokes and just have a good time and hang out. So link for that is in the description. And yeah, I also want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. You guys are the best because I didn't have to ask you guys to support me. And that's why you guys are the best. I've never even mentioned Patreon on my channel until now, but I realized I should at least give you guys a generalized thank you. Dave, Doug, Drew, Eric, JW, and LensCap. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. It's awesome. I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you. With that being said, I suppose it's time to get the heck out of here. We're going to put some more StarMade out this coming week. Also, please be sure that you check out our Minecraft Hardcore series, where you can find those of us like DOUGIMUS, LensCap, Evil Giraffe, members of the Squadron such as JW, Top Force, we have Sven the Slayer, and even some guy is making an appearance in this season. So, yeah, be sure you are subscribed. Check out the other channels as well of those people I just mentioned to see their content. And ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I do love you all sincerely, and I appreciate the fact that you guys enjoy watching my content. Thanks a lot. Happy Father's Day to you guys out there. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take it easy. Do something good for yourself, and hug your kids. I love you guys. I'll see you later.